Alright, we're back here in the garage. I wanted to give you guys an overview of what I've done here in the garage. As you can see, I got a new car in here. I was going to make this into a full-out game room, but I have 3 cars, and as you can see, the pinballs kind of dominate the area. I just don't play the arcades enough, so I put them all in storage for now, because I was going to sell them, but I think I'm just going to keep them. I play a lot more of the pinballs. When people come over, they want to play the pinballs, and the arcades, they get maybe like 1 or 2 games on them, and then people eventually move to the pinballs. So I'll show you guys what I got. This is a limited edition Attack from Mars. This is the green Martian trim. As you can see, it's got all the green trim. I had an original of this game. I was going to have it restored, ended up selling it a couple years ago, and then I heard about the remakes, which didn't make me happy at the time, but this machine's beautiful, plays great. Haven't had any issues with it. There's no modifications to this game. It comes with an unbelievable topper. You know, it's been out for a year or so now, so most of you know, if you're into pinball, this game was remade. Has a bigger DMD. It's obviously an LCD screen. As you can see, the Bally comes through. It's all one big screen. LED illuminated speakers, and the playfield has a lot of upgrades with the LED saucers all over the place. It has mirror blades inside, and it's a limited edition one. This was the first one that this Chicago Gaming did as an LE that really made a difference. The Medieval Madness that they made, to me personally, didn't really do anything. The LE really has no difference. There's a couple of minor things, but to me made no difference. This is a remake of the Medieval Madness. Again, I had this game completely restored by a friend of mine, Jim McCune, a while back. I ended up selling it to another friend here locally in Las Vegas, and I missed the game. So I ended up buying the standard model, which again to me is almost exactly the same as the LE model. It doesn't come with an LE plaque, but it's exactly the same game. This is a later model, so it has the different type of wood that the bottom of the cabinet is made out of. The earlier versions had some issues, I guess. It's an absolutely beautiful game. I upgraded with a color LED, the color chip for the DMD rather, not LED, and I put pin stadium lights in. It's these black bars right here that go all along the outer edge of the play field on each side, and you can see them from the side, how they're LED, they illuminate. I can control them with my iPhone, and I'll show you in a second what it does. Pretty unbelievable. So let me find out where the app is here. It's been a while since I've actually turned them off because they work so well. So we're just going to go through here and try to find out where it is. Probably should have did this before, but that's okay. Here they are. So you open up the app, and it connects, and you can see it brings up Medieval Madness. And if you press the power button, the lights go off on the game. Now if I press it again, I'll get my hand out of the way and get a better angle with the light above. You can see how much the game brightens up. It's quite unbelievable. This is the one that has the UV flashers on it. So when, for example, when you hit the trolls, they have a beautiful purple UV flash that goes off. I also added an LED strip in the back to kind of illuminate that backboard purple one. So that's what I've done to this game. Here's a LE Metallica Master Puppets. Had this game before, like all the others, missed it. This is still my favorite game. It's just unbelievable. The code that they polished up on this game after a couple of years of coming out really put this game over the top. It's quite unbelievable when you get all the modes going. I really didn't do anything to this game. I bought it from a guy that really didn't play it much, but it's got mirror blades and a couple other things, some flashers here and there. It's got cliffies in a couple of different areas, but for the most part, these right here, the slingshot protectors are on there, but for the most part, really nothing really done. AC/DC Premium. This is the Lucy edition. You can kind of see she's on the side and she's on the back glass there. Haven't really done anything to this game. I was disappointed when it came out of the box. I made a video earlier about the lower playfield glass not being the proper height. But this one plays pretty good now. It's still, every once in a while, a ball will just kind of like roll off the edge of one of these screws. I've tried my best to flatten them out with the little washers that other people did, but it just, no matter what I do, doesn't happen. Lastly, down here, I was a big fan of Ghostbusters as a kid. Come around here. And this game got a really bad rap when it first came out. A lot of problems, clunky, air balls, blah, blah, blah. I found this game on Pinside used. Guy had, I don't know, he said like $3,000 in modifications to this game. I just got done powder coating all of the trim white. It's kind of tough to see with the LEDs I got in the back of the MK here. But everything is white, and I hand painted the coin door, but the legs, the trim, and I added white T-molding around the face of the head of the pinball. I'm waiting for a color DMD to come out for this. I think that'll really make a big difference. This has got LED speaker lights. I mean, there's so much stuff in this game that he did. One thing that I did is I added the longer flippers. It's not necessarily for me. I'm an okay player at pinball, but when people come over, they get really frustrated with the game quickly because the ball has a lot of drain points that automatically just drain right out of the game, and it's very frustrating. So I added some longer flippers. They just come out pretty easily, and I can put the old ones back in if I want to. But this game's loaded. He powder coated the ramps. He added the moving Stay Puff. I mean, there's just every possible mod on here. He's got the LED flipper buttons, under cabinet lighting. So he spent a lot of money in this game. And I really like it. It's a lot of fun. Mostly when people come over, they end up playing Ghostbusters more than anything else. And then over here, the only game that I kept in the garage is my MAME, because I just figure I can come and I can play this anytime I want. So for example, I can go back to the main menu of Hyperspin. And then I can scroll through, I don't know how many games are on this, like 10,000 games. It gets overwhelming. But a friend of mine set up the hard drive, and it's pretty quick. So the way I set this up, as you guys have seen in the past, I made it 6 buttons so I can utilize games like Killer Instinct and Street Fighter. If you look underneath, custom panel that XL Arcade made for me. He made the artwork, and he included the Lexan because I just figured it's easy for him to make it. This is an MK2 hinge that is on an MK1 cabinet because the MK1 has a little catch that kind of just rests there, but for the sake of opening and closing this numerous amount of times and putting the keyboard under here, it just makes it easier. I added LED buttons because it's a main machine, and I like to look at the lights at night when the game's off, or when the game's on rather. So, you know, to give you an idea, there's a million games on here. You could spend all night just looking through the games, but they all play. There's that Mahong game, which has like 1,000 different versions, but it's a really nice cabinet. I've had this one for a long time. I still want to redo the front of this cabinet because the gap between here and here, when I put it on, I did a shitty job. It's beautiful under here as far as like there's no bubbling or anything, but I just have to redo that. That drives me crazy when I look at it. And I did upgrade to a new computer, which is a Dell Optiplex 990, and I believe it has a 1 gigabyte hard drive. And I just noticed that this is bent. Oh, that's great. Sweet. So it looks like I'll be repairing that at some point. Somebody must have hit that in the garage. So anyways, that's the game room for now. This is my Shelby GT350. I've been wanting to get one of these for a while. Found a good price on it, low miles. I really wanted this color, ruby red with the black top. So that kind of takes up the majority of the garage, as you can see. I took out all my cabinets and put a bunch of shelving units over here. You can see all my PCBs are over here, kind of stacked up. A couple of RC cars, but for the sake of the garage game room, the pinballs kind of dominate right now, and I have the one arcade cabinet, but I have 7 of them in storage. I might kind of liquidate a few of them, but I just don't have the room to bring them back here. I'd love to, you know, get rid of my workstation, but as you can see, I use it, and I don't really have any more room at the back or the front of the garage. You know, with the AC, it's nice in here. It's 100 degrees outside right now, and I can stand in here. So, I mean, I was thinking about lining them up here, but that's just unrealistic. So they stay in storage until either I get a new house or this garage grows in size, which is never going to happen. So that's all. Hope hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a while, but really just been concentrating on other things. And the pinballs are back, and really want to try Deadpool and Iron Maiden, but I'm going to wait because I don't really have any more room for any more games. So that's it.